Hello and welcome back to Rimworld, our female-only anomaly run. It feels like it's taking a very long time to get to what we want, but unfortunately, I'm at the mercy of Randy Random to show me the appropriate advanced creatures. We still have several we have not done yet, but we need 2 more to unlock the next ultimate phase. So hopefully we can get there relatively soon. We're gonna keep plodding along until we do. In the meantime, we are doing a lot of hauling. We have some raid pieces we need to pick up. We're doing another ritual here. Got a little captured beggar. We do not want any of this. No, thank you. I am going to build a throne for Fizzink, just so that we can get this raider ceremony out of the way. We could at any time just take off and spend the 12 days battling, but I really want to do the anomaly stuff. We just haven't gotten there yet, so hopefully soon. We have some animal starvation going on. It's mostly just a matter of catching up with hauling, because we do have kibble over here. We just have to get it hauled. Once more people wake up, let's go ahead and do one of these parties. Okay, we got a female wanderer. Let's invite them. Don't know anything about them. Undergrounder, ugly chemical interest. Impid. That might be our first Impid character. Double passion for crafting. Yeah, I think that is. Alright, well, let's assign them. And then let's get them all prepped and ready for work. And then we're going to have to replace some bionic parts on them. We'll do low priority cooking, low priority hunting, probably smithing, and I guess tailoring could be pretty high. Alright, we gotta equip a better weapon. Sure, we got something here. Let's take a look. There we go. Little masterwork assault rifle. Alright, we want the right hand replaced because that seems to be... They have a bite scar on it. Let's put the architect arm on them. Why not? Bionic eyes. Aesthetic nose. Ooh, a legendary harp. Very nice. That will fit well here. Alright, people are finally hauling the kibble down here, which means our animals get to eat. Alright, we got a relic nearby. Alright, at least some of these guys have restocked since the last visit. Let's go ahead, and we're about to get a restock on the Broken Imperium here, so go ahead and start sending out these caravans. The sooner we can get another person they can trade with the Empire, the better off we're going to be, so we can send multiple caravans at the same time. Alright, these guys have eaten. Alright, I feel like we usually try to sell these little scraps of leather. So let's keep doing that. We also want to sell any old clothes that don't really matter anymore. Right, these are all the ones that are either poor quality or 50%. Not as many as I thought there would be. All right, we'll bring with some of our corsets. Or we'll sell a decent amount of those. Don't need a cloth shade cone. Get this stuff out of here. All right. Caravan 1 outgoing. I didn't take all the corsets. I'm saving up a little for the Broken Imperium. All right, well, I've got about everybody that can be a sidecaster already a sidecaster. At least anybody who has any decent traits. So let's go with kind acidic. You can become our next sidecaster. Move you up here. Rename you to sidecaster so we keep an eye on you. Caravan idol. Totally missed that they got there already. All right, let's take a look at what we got. Be able to sell a decent amount of stuff. The elephant tusks will have some value. This stuff will also have a fair amount of value. Okay, so we got 10,000 to play with. Is there any gene packs I would want? Awful melee would be good for a shooter. All right, death rest capacity serums. I feel like we need to start scaling that up a little bit. All right, that gives us enough to work with. Let's head back home. We got a decent amount of cash from that. Lifesteal wise, we seem to actually be keeping up without even leaving our map. At least for now. Alright, let's see who we could throw in the pit here. Alright, looks like we are out of meat. Which means our poor animals will be they got Gibble to work with. We got some time on that. Ooh. Ryle's genes have regrown. Exotic goods trader, let's get Thorn on that. I feel like it's always a good idea to buy advanced components. Alright, we're spending a decent amount of cash, but I think it's worth it. We get some side trainers and stuff. Alright, let's do a draw animal and try to get somebody who has terrible psychic sensitivity because we want this to fail. This Manhunter pack would be way better. There's definitely somebody that has 50%. I can't remember who it was. Doolin. Alright, terribly wrong. Man-hunting animals. Very nice. Exactly what we wanted. Man-hunting mega sloths. Yeah, baby. That's what we're talking about. Alright, you can equip an actual weapon. We could find one. There we are. Oh, I made the mistake of looks like we're gonna come in over here. Look at that. Steady stream destruction. Oh, come on. Did you really have to do that? Gonna get lit up. Unless I skip you. Probably the best course of action. Okay, so wildlife, that looks like everything is ready to rock and roll. This should take care of our immediate food needs, at least for quite some time. Who are you bandaging? All right, we got a small 2-deep infestation. It'd be pretty easy to take out. Oh. Nice and easy. Probably didn't need to do all that and get everybody involved, but that's okay. All right, we got some rare thrumbos on the map. Let's try to tame them. We have elephants too, but we are just out of freezer space, out of food space, so can't really do anything there for the time being. Might as well try to chop apart these mega sloth. Gonna go to waste if we don't. At least that buys us another 2 hours of the meat being fresh. Or 2 days, I mean. Hopefully we can get more of this kibble made. We have enough people that are good at cooking. Alright, dusty nomads. Permission to stay. I don't know, it's a little risky. I don't really need them. I never know if I can extract their genes, though. That's always a possible benefit. Kitchen's going wild in here. Hey. Kind of want to wait a little bit on that, if I can get away with it, just because we got so much food we got to chop up still. Alright, somebody's got to haul food down to these guys. There we go. Two kibble. What a joke. Where's all the kibble? No, I was making it. Alright, we need snipe converted. Let's do one of those. Right, May, you need death rest. Let's get you locked in here. Alright, let's get you locked in on making kibble. That seems to be an issue. We got 4 days to choose this. Oh, we tamed a thrumbo, huh? Very nice. It's a male, so hopefully we can get a female at some point. You're just gonna stay in base. Alright, animals are no longer starving, but we're still not maxed out on kibble. Much more work to do there still. Alright, let's do another one of these celebrations. Maybe hunt these elephants now that we have used up all the meat. Or at least gotten it out of the butcher area. Uh-oh. Elephant revenge means problem. Maybe problem. I don't know where you're going, but you're about to get attacked by an elephant. Alright. The threat was neutralized. At least for the time being. Alright, single elephant revenge is way more manageable. That should be fine. We're losing a ton of boomalopes over here. let's do a linking ritual here with Mole. Solar flare's a rough one. That's gonna kind of stink if it doesn't come back relatively quick, because all this rice is gonna die. Yep, there goes the last of the rice. Good thing we got a decent amount in storage. It'll carry us through. There we go. Power back on. Temperature dropping. No, I never look back at these quests. One Janissary. Give me 10 honor. Yeah, let's do that. Bring these nomads in as well. Now, is this considered... Oh, they're all baseliners. That's unfortunate. Uh-oh. Alright, let's just check the quests again. We know we need to get out here and protect them. The enemies are going to be coming probably right from here. Which is terrible spacing. Let's just run over there. You know what? You don't need to be part of this. Let's let these guys go to work. All right, raid has arrived. We knew that they were coming over there. All right, let's get up there. Protect our boy. Well, we're not doing a great job of that. Nope, quest failed. Well, we can at least deconstruct the shuttle. Alright. Is there any more meat bags we can snag? I mean, there's several apparently. Capture? We don't care if they're unwaveringly loyal. Alright, there we go. We'll just capture everybody. Sort it out later. Alright, this is the only female, I think. Oh, you're a female too. Abrasive psychopath brawler. Maybe. Convert you. Alright, on these, they're missing a leg, so let's install egg leg on the left leg. Probably can't actually do these surgeries till later. Alright, left leg is destroyed, so just the right leg for you. I'm glad this still works. I mean, it's a little cheesy, but if you take their legs off, they can't run away. And then you end up not having a bunch of prison breaks. Oh, he is not in good shape. Yeah, we're gonna lose one. That's fine. He is happy. Sorry. No, he's allowed. There, Hussar. You know what we could do? Accept them and then immediately arrest them. 60% chance. Where's Gem? Let's do that. Remove left foot. Oh god, not Glitter World Medicine. Are you kidding me? Alright, Gem is ready with her ability. We need to try to convert Snipe again. Right, we gotta switch these people to simple meals. We don't want them eating all of our lavish food. Oh, Devourers. Been a minute since we've seen. Have we seen these yet? We have. We'll be fine as long as we. If they do that dive attack. You guys are going the wrong way. Alright, let's put these guys out front. Because they are the most expendable. Nope, not that way. Are they turning around yet? Alright, here's my medical people. Alright, let's go try to heal up anybody we can here. The rest of you, let's get bandaged in the field. Actually, I think it's only one person. Alright, let's capture one of these guys too. Okay, we still got 3 of them coming over here. I don't know what's up with you. Oh, food poisoning? Yeah, you're probably screwed. Now we have them split up, and that's unfortunate. What are we gonna do about that? They're coming in the base over here. 23 Devourers, 18 up here. Was there more of them somewhere else on the map? I hope these guys turn around. I feel like who's he got? Sam, 18 seconds. You're gonna be toast. There's no way I'm making that happen. Oh, how did they survive that? Alright. Well, we gotta kill at least some of these guys. All our doctors are very hard at work. Trying to save as many people as possible. We need to push into here is what we need to do. Oh, there goes a refugee. We gotta, like, slowly push forward here. What was that noise? It sounded like another raid, maybe. Snipe's howl. Okay. So we just killed Snipe. Alright, where are... This is crazy. Where's our medical people? Like, we deliberately don't have them engaged. This is tough. We're gonna have a lot of rebuilding to do after this. Alright, let's get in here. I think that's almost the last of them. One left. Alright, let's let these guys get tended to. Sight Stealers. Like, I really need that right now. Come on. Oh my god, there's so many of them. Alright, go take that guy out. Oh my goodness. Okay. Alright, are we in the clear? Think we are? Oh, more site stealers. A lot of them. Alright, nobody's rescued Sam yet. Alright, let's allow all this craziness. Alright, are we in the clear for the most part? I think so. I think the only person we lost was a visitor too, so that should be okay. Get everybody tended to. What's your deal? Alright, we got animal starvation, we got people starvation. Doing everything we can to tend to everybody that we can. Think we'll be okay? Got a lot of cleaning to do after this. It was unfortunate that Snipe turned and we lost them. Alright, nobody can do cooking until we get this place clean. It is filthy. Alright, got a little infestation there. Should be found with just a smaller subset of people. Alright, now everybody can rest up, hopefully. No more craziness right now. Need everybody to recover. At least as best we can. Let's do one of these events, try to keep everybody's mood elevated. Always a bit crazy. Okay, everybody should be pretty happy here. We do have another wanderer that joined. Industrious but incapable of violence. Not a fan of that. I like the industrious, I just don't like the incapable of violence thing. Surgery failed on Trado. Wait, bionic leg. If we kill all members, we get stuff. Let's just look through these guys real quick. They weren't all baseliners. We just couldn't put them in the thing. There is a genie. Alright, I did arrest the genie. Alright, so I could betray them. Yeah, we might as well. Let's get as many of them in one spot as possible. Yeah, there's no way we were gonna get all these people sorted out before they rotted. Alright, let's remove these peg legs. Who's Buffalo? That's just another prisoner of ours? Ah, that's the one we're trying to convert. I see. Alright, well, let's get the surgeons on removing of the leg, and then I can betray these guys. Alright, let's get as many of these people out here as possible. Alright, perfect. Everybody is good. Do we need to save you for anything? I don't think so. You're male. Nothing in particular. Alright, let's allow all that stuff. Thorn, you can talk to the trade ship. Okay, so we got Hussar, we got Genie. Pretty much everything we're gonna need. We don't want to sell all of our Psychite tea. We'd sell these elephant tusks. Alright. Once we recover from this, I'll send a caravan out. I mean, we might as well convert all of them. Can we not put no scale in there? Maybe because sedated? You know what? I am afraid of that. Oh, we have to kill Niscal too, huh? Well, that's unfortunate. I don't want to do that. 28 gallons, that's crazy. Alright, you have inspired recruitment, so we should be able to recruit Buffalo pretty quickly once the conversion's done. Alright, animal starvation is a real problem. Hopefully we get that sorted relatively soon. Looks like we have a decent amount of kibble made. Have to haul it to the right spots. Alright, let's butcher this garbage. Alright, that is a decent amount of twisted meat. Hopefully that'll help us make kibble for a while to come. Oh my goodness. Hopefully we can haul all this stuff. That's a lot of nastiness. We're getting lung rot laying in the hospital. Right, hopefully that will reduce the rot stink. Getting all these corpses hauled away. Alright, we gotta get these animals some food. Still have some animals starving, but much better than they were. We did consume all of the food, though. So hopefully we make more while we... Yeah, looks like we are. Man, so many people that don't want to haul. Alright, I think we're probably good to send Jim out here for some trading. If anything, we just need to get rid of some of this stuff and free up some space in our storage. We want specifically corsets. Be more than enough to get us there. Bring some of these skins as well. Probably have a little too much cloth, but I'll leave it be for now. Right, here's some of the beat up clothes or low quality clothes. Alright, let's skip the emu out there and keep shooting at it. Shocked we did not get many hits with 14, almost 15 shooting. There we go, the great corset scoop up. Alright, let's do the linking ritual, get that over with. More and more slowly we're getting all these corpses out of there. Alright, our caravan has arrived. Let's do trading. Now we know we want advanced components. Regular components are kind of iffy, but plasteel, too much. Super healing, cold tolerant. Might want to buy that. Not willing to buy any of the clothes, huh? Right, well, we might as well buy some glitteral medicine. We know we want to sell some of this stuff anyway. I mean, I'm not seeing anything here that's too appealing. All right, let's stop here on the way home because they restocked, and then we can head home, trade a little more with the caravans there. All right, animal starvation's definitely getting out of control. We need to build more shelves for this. I need to do the other way around. All right, you guys need to butcher. You can't be wasting rice like this. All right, so it looks like we're making food. We just gotta actually haul it down there. All right, Manhunter Pulse, Architect Arm. Like, that's better stuff. Might as well buy that bionic ear. Let's definitely sell off all this clothing. So even if the corsets make it back, or some of them make it back, at least the clothing will be gone. Could buy more of these barrels. They're expensive. They take up... nope. I am out of space. Alright, good enough for now. Did surgery fail removing a leg? A peg leg. Somebody better start hauling this food down to these animals. Or we'll put it here. Should be able to get both. Okay, are animals less starving now? Somewhat looks like it. Alright, we have ritual summonings. At least they're not kidnapping ritualists. Those were the worst. I'm not sure where these guys are going to come out, so... Looks like they're coming over this way. Antelope apparently needs a weapon. Nichols doesn't have a weapon either. Oh, you're incapable of violence, that's right. Alright, well, we're slowly getting these cultists cleared out. Let's move forward. We have 3 hours till the ritual's done. Alright, this is a good amount here. This gives me line of sight where I can start actually teleporting in. Okay, let's do berserking. Do a berserk pulse over here. Not really particularly helpful. Alright, let's get up there. We have 2 hours to stop this ritual from happening. There, we got a berserk pulse off. Let's get another one up here if we can. Did the ritual stop yet? No. Alright, we got our weapon now. Let's get up there. Might all be dead by then, but it's alright. Alright, Ritualist has been halted, at least temporarily. Too smart, beautiful. Aesthetic. Seems like somebody that might be worth trying to capture. Who's got some medical chops that's up here? You do? Alright, let's tend to you. Your health situation. If we heal you... Mangled brain scar, huh? And you're already slowpoke. That's not good. There's a brawler. That's a male. Can't do that. Can't do that. Can't do that. Okay. I think we got enough of everything else. We don't really need to worry about all that. All right, let's head back here so we can sit at a table and eat. But we still got an enemy on the map here. Let's head down here with a couple people. I don't think we need too many. Why are you not shooting the cougar? All right, well, we haven't made a ton of progress, but we do have a couple more recruits in the pipeline. I think you have a high probability of being recruited without any intervention. You were gonna have to use that brain wipe to convert you. All right, can we do a convert, get you changed over quicker? Still not understanding why I cannot load this guy into the system. That is a big explosion there. Well, it's a good thing we had excess Devil Strand. Not a ton of excess, but a little bit. There's no spot to store that, and it's letting all the animals escape, so we're going to have to figure that one out. Is there another spot we could send Gem to? You've restocked since the last visit. All right, let's just get rid of some of this leather. There's just so much of it. Sure, that's more than enough, but get her locked and loaded. Free up some space here. At least it's raining. That'll help put the fires out. Let's try to haul as much of this meat in as we can, because we're going to need a ton of it. I don't really know why hauling's going to the wayside. I feel like that is a higher priority item. Alright, we're all tapped out on the human meat for now. Pigga gets to work and we make a ton of kibble because the animals just keep starving. I think we're just like barely keeping up with it. Caravan has arrived. Let's do a little trading. Don't really care about any of that. Fireproof, red-eyed. Well, fireproof could potentially be well for melee characters. We fight a lot of impids. Not a whole lot else we need. Buy these skill trainers just because they're cheap. Detoxifier kidney. That'll let us get rid of some of this stuff. Alright, we gotta put these guys to work. I want to try to save as much meat as possible. But you're never gonna do hauling. Alright, some of this human meat's starting to rot away. Exotic goods trader. Dealer lubricants. Interesting. Alright, let's get Thorn off of that duty now. Alright, the problem is I don't think they buy any of our stuff. We would just be spending a bunch of money. Really don't need this. Don't need the Glitter World medicine. Another exotic goods trader. Well, there's really nothing we need from them. Hopefully somebody starts hauling this stuff relatively soon. Poor animals are starving to death constantly. There we go. Alright, well, I think we've sufficiently recovered from the last raid. At this point, we're just kind of playing the waiting game. Hoping in the next couple episodes we actually make some progress here and get 2 more advanced monolith entities so we can progress to the next level of anomaly. But in the meantime, we're just going to keep churning along here and trying to stabilize and keep progressing everything along. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel to see more content in the future. We'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.